based off the crypt in Act 2, which is a side zone that provides some respec points that not a whole lot of people go to. The layout of this map is kind of a like the other crypt-based maps. It's just kind of windy. You have these big areas where you get spider spawns. So you'll hear that hissing. And the boss area is in a separate room inside a sarcophagus. It used to be that with this map, the boss was just kind of in a separate in a room that was attached to the main map. But when they made changes to Mervale, they moved the boss fight, which is based on Mervale, off to another room. And unlike the boss fight that we saw in Graveyard, this Mervale fight will consist of both phases. And she actually does a bit less damage in this version of the fight than in Graveyard, in my opinion. It seems she does less damage anyway. Because I've always had kind of an easier time with this map clearing the boss than Graveyard. That might just have to do with what level I am at the time, though. So we're just gonna kind of jump through here. Lots of necros, lots of skellies, lots of spiders. Your typical kind of dungeon crypt fare. And we're gonna find the boss. The boss is usually in like one of the back rooms. Like I said, it's gonna be a little red sarcophagus that'll show up on the map. It can be a little tricky to find sometimes. I'm fairly certain it's usually around the outside. Here we go. So we found a sarcophagus, which we click on and it opens upstairs to the boss room. And in the boss room, there's going to be blue packs on the boss. She's going to summon her rain and do her ice barrage. So we're just going to kind of clear up the ads first. But apart from that, it's exactly like the Mervale fight in normal, in cruel, and merciless. She'll do her phase 1 here, where she'll summon the swords, and if she goes for a long time, she'll summon those golden statues herself. I'm not exactly sure if there's a timer attached to that, but here we go. She started summoning the statues, or maybe it's based on HP. Sometimes you won't see those at all. But then we have the phase 2 of the Mervale fight, where she'll do these little springs. It's important to note that boss damage affects the damage of these springs, because they are a spell cast by the boss. So if there's extra damage, extra boss damage, or extra damage on the map, that will be affected. But overall, it's a pretty straightforward fight. If you have your cold resist capped, you should be fine. She does summon these Air of Flame and Air of Thunder ads that have been added to the main Mervale fight. But they're fairly weak, or Air of Storm, I guess it's called. They're fairly weak and can be taken down. They also despawn when you kill Mervale herself. So unlike me, you really don't have to, go out of your way to kill them. But the Molten Strike one can actually do a little bit of damage if you get hit by multiple projectiles, and the Air of Storm can shock you. So it's important to be mindful of the damage they have coming in. But it's a pretty straightforward fight. It's Mervale. You've done it a dozen times by now, and that's Necropolis. So thanks for watching.